Just a quick reminder again, if you haven't already, you have to donate to RonPaul2012.com. I'm telling you, I'm not asking you. We got to get 2.5 million and take over this nomination, man. Ron Paul, as far as I'm concerned, Ron Paul has to be president. I don't even know what I'm going to do if he isn't president. I'm going to wild out or something. Okay, so I got this clip here I want to play just to give you an idea of more evidence of us losing our rights, losing our First Amendment, freedom of speech. A male in, where is it, Lockport, New York, gets 15-day jail sentence over a Lockport sign. Okay, so a judge in the town of Lockport has sentenced a local businessman to jail for violating the local ordinance on electronic displays. In Lockport, the law dictates electronic signs can't change more than once every 10 minutes. So he wanted to put something up there advertising a fundraiser, his own business, freedom of speech. You should be able to put up whatever you want. And he's getting 15-day jail sentence because it's changing more than once every 10 minutes. Who's even watching that? This is ridiculous. But anyways, let me play this clip for you real quick. Get an idea of what's going on in this country.
It's a sign of the times in the town of Lockport where a judge has sentenced a local businessman to jail for violating the local ordinance on electronic displays. News 4's Emily Guggenmuss is back from court.
The law in the town of Lockport says signs can't change more than once every 10 minutes. In 2009, business owner David Mangello was first found in violation.
Sign law reads that the format or the message may only change once every 10 minutes. So the format is the program. So a video is a format. So that alone means it's legal.
He had to pay a fine of $700, and if he violated the law within a year, he would have to serve 15 days in jail. Days before the year was up, Mangello's sign illuminated an upcoming fundraiser.
Displaying a fundraising event, a happy birthday message, anything non-commercial, it's for my constitutional right, they can't regulate it.
He was found in violation again, and Tuesday night learned his sentence.
It's shocking. It's disturbing. I'm a patriot. And it's sad that dysfunction America can show, we really don't have any freedoms locally.
Mangello will have to pay a $250 fine for his most recent offense, and that will be it if he doesn't violate within a year. In addition, on May 17th, he begins a 15-day jail sentence for breaking the original one-year requirement.
There's so much wrong with this prosecution. There's so much wrong with this case, I can't really begin, but I think that really says it all. They want to put him in jail for a sign ordinance.
And I tried speaking with the prosecutor on the case. He didn't want to comment. Mangello and his attorney say that they plan to appeal. Live, Emily Guggenmuss for the 10 o'clock news.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous, man. The government just wants to get people in jail however they can, get more money out of you however they can, whether it's the drug war, whether it's the fines on some of these traffic tickets, things like this. I mean, you change your sign more than once in 10 minutes and you get 15 days in jail. What in the world are we coming to? Oh, man, it's just – that's why we got to occupy the media, man. We have to change the perception. We have to change this country. And more importantly, we have to change the president. We got to get Obama out of office. I got another article here from Examiner.com. U.S. Today leaves Ron Paul out of candidates, including Jon Huntsman and Rick Perry. This was put up on April 19th. It seems that USA Today has decided that the 12-term congressman from Texas, Ron Paul, is not worth mentioning. USA Today, in partnership with factcheck.org, on Thursday released a new function to their website. The political ad tracker it has a most recent campaign ads page. Here, the viewer can sort using the drop-downs through recent campaign ads by office, state, party, candidate, and sponsor. The most recent campaign ads include ads by Barack Obama, Rick Santorum, Mitt Romney, Newt Gingrich, and even Rick Perry and Jon Huntsman. The one candidate who's still in the race and has ran political ads who is not included, Ron Paul, has again not made the list. This is just ridiculous right here. When Ron Paul supporters contacted USA Today, one was told that Ron Paul had not paid to have his ads on the list. This writer finds it difficult to believe that Rick Perry, Rick Santorum, and Jon Huntsman, who have dropped out of the race, and Newt Gingrich, who's bouncing checks, all paid to have their previously aired ads on this site. Even if you click on the drop-downs to sort candidate, Ron Paul is not an option. Although USA Today may like to ignore any campaign ads aired by the Ron Paul campaign, this writer will not. Attached is a campaign ad aired by Ron Paul 2012. I mean, what more has to happen? We got voter fraud going on. We're finding out that what the GOP is doing through it with all of these caucuses, changing the rules, trying to change the fees, make the deadlines shorter, not tell us what's going on. Now we got the USA Today, don't even want to add us up there, but they got Rick Perry, Rick Santorum, and John Huntsman, who have all dropped out, got their ads up there. Who's looking at their ads for? What are we watching their ads for? They're all going to come out and support Romney anyways. I mean, this is just ridiculous, man. Oh man, this is just, I don't understand how people don't get upset and get ticked off when you see things like this where they just totally ignore him. And this is what I mean, man. It's just utter disrespect for Ron Paul. But the more and more they take shots at him, the more and more we got his back. So they're just making it worse. That's all they're doing. They're making it worse for themselves. Let's go on to the last headline here before we run out of time. Ron Paul campaign wades into Alaska Republican Party infighting. This is at AlaskaDispatch.com on April 19th. The Ron Paul campaign has fired a warning shot at the Alaska Republican Party and its longtime chairman, Randy Rudrich, over what it perceives as unfair treatment of Paul delegates to the upcoming GOP conventions. Rudrich disputes the campaign's allegations and says the Alaska GOP is treating all campaigns fairly. He says the party is just trying to conduct routine business, but that misinformation from Paul supporters in Alaska has caused much ado about absolutely nothing. It would appear the whole kerfuffle comes down to money and documentation. Rudrich claims that there have been many instances of GOP district chairs not getting their fees paid on time or not providing the party with requisite paperwork. Some of the disorganized happened to be Ron Paul supporters, he said. No names were named in a Thursday interview with Alaska Dispatch. Of course he didn't name anybody. But names weren't needed, since many Paul supporters had been forwarding accusatory emails, one of which allegedly originated with Evan Cutler, a Paul 2012 organizer for Alaska. In that email, Cutler claimed that disorganization among party leadership had prompted any problems, not the other way around, which is what it's always been. It's always them breaking the rules, them changing things. It ain't never us, but we're the ones getting arrested and talking about we're trying to overthrow parties and stuff. Let's see here. Cutler was asked whether he thought Alaska GOP officials were intentionally trying to make it difficult for Ron Paul presidential delegates to complete their party business and participate in the upcoming state and party conventions. And he said, while I cannot read anyone's mind or intentions, the numerous verbal and written accounts I've received would make a reasonable person suspect this is the case. All he wants, he added, is for the party officials to follow the rules to enable full participation in the election process. The Paul campaign decided to intercede and attempted to pay some fees for Alaskans that wanted to stand up for Paul at the state and national conventions. Rudrich and the GOP refused payment from the national campaign. And why, you ask? According to Alaska GOP rules, that's not allowed, Rudrich said. These people have had more than 40 days to get their financials in order. Individuals have to pay their delegate and party fees, not campaigns, Rudrich said. Other states might let campaigns pay to play, but not the Alaska GOP. Rudrich isn't new to this rodeo. This is the seventh presidential campaign he's been involved in. He's fifth as Alaska Republican Party chairman. He's been in the game since Ronald Reagan. Let's see here. Yeah, so he's been causing problems, man. This is just ridiculous. He says that all the time. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. So I mean, this is just ridiculous, man. You can't take money from the campaign. Other states might let it happen, but we won't. What if it was Romney trying to pay for some of his people to represent him? I bet you guys would take it. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. Money is money. It shouldn't even be an issue. You want to know why we ain't got money, why we're struggling, why we're hurting to get these fees? It's because of the GOP. It's because of you guys ruining the economy before the Democrats did. Well, you know, it's all the same thing. Democrats, Republicans, it's all the same. They all been in bed together, but the GOP been in it just as much as the Democrats have. So they're the reason why we're struggling, why we're hurting. But, you know, they're going to make any excuse they can to not take our money and try to kick us out. but Ron Paul will be president. Mark my words. I'm Paco, your host. You're listening to Occupy the Media. I'll be back next week. Stay tuned to Ron Paul Radio.